sente spesso parlare di programmazione neurolinguistica, PNL, ma ogni tanto ci fa un po' di confusione, non si capisce bene cos'è. E quindi, insomma, oggi ho il grande privilegio e onore di essere qui con colui che l'ha inventata, colui che l'ha creata, il dottor Richard Bandler. Hi Richard.
Hello.
Thank you for being here with us. NLP is becoming more and more popular in Italy, and this is a great thing actually, but somehow down the line some people got the twisted message that this is about kind of brainwashing or mind control kind of thing.
No, brainwashing is about brainwashing. Neuro-linguistic programming is about taking the understanding we have of neurology and making it easier to learn, so therefore to control the way you think, therefore how you feel, and ultimately what you can do. I've been training kids to do spelling, reading, writing, math, music, art, all kids who couldn't do those things, by instead of teaching them what to draw, what to spell, teaching them how it's done in their mind. Because if you do things the way people who learn easily do, it's easier to learn. After 45 years of teaching, constantly in one thing or another, some psychologist goes off the wall and goes, oh, you're manipulating people. Only in the sense that manipulate means to move from one place to another on purpose. Nobody is going to use neuro-linguistic programming to control your mind in any way that they're not controlling it already. It's not that set of schools. The more you know about how your mind works, the more in control of your life you can be. And especially for athletes, because when you get down to it in the Olympics, the difference between winning and losing could be 1/100th of a second. And it's not just the skill of the physical things, it's having precision in thinking. And that's what NLP is really about. We have studied successful thinking, and we repeat successful thinking by teaching it to other people. NLP is educational, it's not therapeutic. It's not about fixing what your mistakes. It's about optimizing your thinking to optimize the way you feel, the way you move, the way you draw. Everything that human beings do can be optimized. If you're a writer, you can learn how 20 other writers conceive writing and have more flexibility, they're more choice about how to perfect your art form. This isn't about limiting artists, this is about opening the doorway. This isn't about making a baseball player obey what you say, this is about making a baseball player better at his profession. I consider athletes to be physical artists. The things they do with their body are way beyond what I can do with mine, especially at my age. And the nuance of perfection that an athlete uses is not just in their movements, it's in the way they think about practicing, the way they plan the very thing that they do. I've worked with the military designing training programs, and they're not about brainwashing people. They're not about putting people in rooms and blinking lights in their eyes and going, tell me your secrets. It's about getting people to think better. And I'm sorry, but everything, shooting a gun, skiing, driving a tank, flying a helicopter, all of those things that people do and humans do, some do better than others. And it's not really genetic. There are some things, taller basketball players do better, but there are still short people that play better basketball than tall people because they know how to imagine and they know how to see where the ball is going to go. They know how to slow time down. They have control over their neurology. This is what we teach people to do. We teach them to be in control of themselves, not other people. And there's a lot of neuro-linguistic programmers out there that got their NLP certificates because they have a printer, and it's just another name for doing something. The reason we have licensed trainers and master trainers is because it's a description of how much time they've spent perfecting their skills. And it's a warning to the end user. We don't want this to be controlled by governments because governments aren't in a position to decide who's good and bad at this. They might be in a decision to decide who's a good and bad doctor, but it's still a very big category and there are bad doctors and good doctors in it. We don't really want the government involved in it. I'm an American. I believe in freedom of expression. But this is the thing where you have to be careful about what you choose. And the thing about Alessandro Mora is that he knows what he's doing. He can teach children to be better. He's a master trainer, a licensed master trainer. I've worked with you for years. I've seen the results you get with athletes. I know the results you've gotten with my students in classes teaching them NLP. You are downstairs today helping me teach these people to be good at what we do. Relatively 45 years is not very old for a field, but we've gone from something that didn't exist to having a huge body of knowledge that influences everything from architects to schizophrenics. That's a pretty big field if you think about it. We have, people in the military, people in intelligence agencies, police interrogation, pistol shooting, automobile driving, designing electronics, programming computers, all of the people who think some people do it better than others. My next book is about educating kids grades 1 through 8, so that we can start to teach kids not only what to learn, but how to learn to do it easily, quickly, so that they can spend their time doing more important things. And, ultimately, we can only teach kids a few thousand words when they're in school. We have to teach them the machine that memorizes words. And if we don't give them the machine, then we call them learning disabled. We call them below average. But that's a measure of how we're teaching. It's not a measure of what we could teach. And NLP is unique. It comes from a unique set of skills. It comes from a unique position and a unique time in history. It couldn't have been created before it was. But it's here at the perfect time. And if you want to be better skilled, if you want your kids to learn and progress faster, this is the man to do it.
Thank you very much, Richard.
You bet. My pleasure.
You.